Hey now, it's been a while. Um, Leaf had a great idea to go ahead and wrap up the last month's worth of live streams from Elisa. My co-host Forrest is celebrating Catterday pretty loudly right now. I think he wants to come join us. He probably will in a while. No, I do not wheeze, but thank you for asking, Summer Page. I was in a Weezer cover band for a long time, hence my name, Weezy. But hey, guys, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm good. I had a huge headache today. It's still lingering, but I drank a bunch of coffee, and that's helping me a little bit, at least.
Sorry to hear that. How are you, J Prime?
J
I'm
Prime, are
doing
you
good.
there? You're there.
I am. I'm back.
Thank you so much, Tracy. It means the world to me. So yeah, let's get right into it. Leaf, you are a super producer. And so I'm just gonna let you kind of like steer the ship because you're much better at it than I am. You've watched a lot more of the IRLs than I have, and you have a great memory. So I think that you should just kind of show us what's up.
Okay, so the big news this week was that Kleenex came to visit Elisa, or he claimed to visit his sister in Miami, but it turns out that sister does not exist.
Yeah. So I was on Kleenex's last week, and I said, Kleenex, tell me the truth. Are you only going to Miami to see Elisa? And he's like, no, no, no. I've been going to go there because of my sister. And then the other day, he actually admitted on Elisa's stream that he was telling everybody that he had breakfast with his sister that morning. And somebody donated and said, you didn't have breakfast with your sister. He's like, whoa, I didn't have breakfast with my sister, but we FaceTimed while we were having breakfast. So he got caught in a lie. He admitted that he was lying. Thank you, Elisa. Wow, how nice of you. I appreciate it. And so he, anybody that knows Kleenex knows that he can be a fibber sometimes. That's saying it lightly.
Sometimes.
He fucking lies all the time about everything. But him admitting it. So Leaf, take it away. Tell us what happened when he got there.
Yeah, so later in the night, the big thing that happened was they met this woman named Allison at a bar. She was sitting by herself, and they were just walking by, and she caught Elisa's attention. So Elisa went up to her. They started talking, and then all of a sudden, Elisa introduced Allison to Kleenex, and they just started making out. And I have a little clip of it right here.
Kleenex has a wife, everybody, just so you all
Yes.
know that Kleenex does have a wife.
When's the last time we've seen the wife?
Wait, can you do that again one more time so I can end my stream on a good note? Can you do that one more time, please? Yeah. No time.
No, I wasn't ready.
How does he get that, honestly?
We're just kidding, but seriously, guys. Wait, can I use my flash? Hold on, 1 second. Let's do one more time. Can you do one more time?
I know we're streaming, so I can.
All right, just the flash. Just with the flash. Okay, thank you.
She's a riot. Yeah. There was a little tongue there.
It's funny how yesterday on stream she's like, I need chivalry. I don't like when to be up front like this. And she's all tongue and mouth.
I like when she smells his beard and says it smells like
She's
tobacco.
wonderful. I think I just met my.
Oh, he's
Jadis, I was a VJ too for a long time.
Soft, but it smells like cigarette.
Yeah, I smoke. Yeah, I smoke.
You need shampoo that first.
I smoke. Yeah, I smoke.
Okay, can we smoke a cigarette together?
Oh, and you smoke, and you're talking about
Spread
smoking.
one for you. That's how much I like you. He's a badass.
Fucking song.
Gotta keep up with him.
Yeah, they love that song.
You're light.
I can't get in here.
Oh, she wants to sit on your lap. Oh my gosh.
I said, let me sit on Daddy's lap. I can't.
Santa's lap. And what do you want for Christmas, little girl? What do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? Tell Santa.
Big fat big piece of meat. Forever.
Did you hear what she said?
I love Duran.
Did you hear what she said? She wants a big fat dick for Christmas to please her forever and ever.
To the moon and back. Is there something wrong with that? I'm assuming.
Do
Go ahead.
you guys consider that cheating? Did he cheat?
Absolutely,
Oh
100%.
fuck yeah!
I want to point out for anybody that hasn't watched, he disappeared off the face of the map. He went there to see Elisa for, I would imagine, at least a couple of days. And after this incident, he completely disappeared.
Yeah, he
Did he make a
said
video?
well, first he said he was going to West Palm Beach, but he didn't go to West Palm. He went to Miami. So they had to travel to Miami to see him, and then Elisa was able to convince him to drive him back.
Yeah.
And then Kleenex said he would come back the next day, but instead of coming back, he called her, and first he said he was on his way, and then he had an excuse that, oh, something big came up. I had a big meeting I had to go to at the last
A
minute.
meeting.
Yeah, and then he promised he would be there the next day, but then he went to Key West, and that's where he's been the past couple of days.
Now, do we know if his wife has found out about this yet?
He posted a screenshot of his wife flipping out about another clip where he was, I wouldn't say flirting with Elisa, but he was saying a bunch of weird stuff to her, and he mentioned how he hated his wife.
Miss you, Pixel.
Why does he always go alone? Like he always goes alone on these. That seems weird to me.
Yeah,
it's very obvious.
If he has a like, I understand he's, but it seems like if he has a wife, I don't know why she's still with him
J.
already.
Prime, do the math. If he has a wife with him, he can't make out with random chicks or try to fuck. Elisa.
No, I understand that, but the wife itself, she knows her husband's going away. Like, why?
She's probably thankful. Let's be honest.
No, I'm sure it hurts her feelings that he doesn't invite her. I'm positive it hurts her feelings.
It might hurt her feelings, but put yourself in his wife's position. She doesn't have to deal with him for a couple of days. I mean, that might be kind of nice for her.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. I think differently because I don't like being around people all the time.
Yeah.
But shout out to Pixelbat. He is in the chat. I miss Pixel. I love Pixel.
Yeah,
he's not in Discord.
For some reason.
Yeah. Maybe he'll be back one day.
Yeah. Everyone usually comes back.
I want to point something else out too. Kleenex was being so pervy with Elisa this time. Last time he didn't say stuff like, oh, you should suck my dick and stuff like he was saying this time. I thought it was pretty brave of him to continuously do that. Hi, Ronnie.
Yeah, I think that's the real reason he didn't come back to stream, because he really tried this time to, because like you saw when Allison pinched his nipple, Elisa said, he was trying to get me to do that earlier, and he was there was a part of the stream where he was trying to get her to do that. So I think when Elisa rejected him so much in that aspect that he decided it wasn't worth his time, he wanted to go to Key West instead.
So he did. Oh, cool. He came right back up.
Sorry about my phone. It's always on my phone for some reason. Time's out.
So yeah, he did grope last time, but he was a lot more chill about everything else. Like this time he was literally perving her. Like everything he did with, I don't know. He was saying stuff that he usually in the past at least didn't say to her. And it was like, oh, you're going to suck my dick. It's like, dude, I mean, that's a little too comfortable, especially given that on any given stream of Kleenexes, he's either talking all of the shit about Elisa or completely sucking her ass. And so she sees that. She knows what's happening. How does he think that he can get away with it?
Yeah, well, they have been friends. Well, not friends. They've known each other for 8 years. So he's a little too comfortable around her. And plus, like I said, I think he was really seeing how far he could take it and if she would bite at all, like for the content.
Could you imagine being in your 60s and still being that like sexually charged? Like I'm 44. I've calmed down so much when it comes to that kind of thing. I was never like overtly disrespectful or anything, but like he just seems like he's hornier than a teenager. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a history. I'm not going to go into specifics, but I guess he's just like he hasn't been happy in that part of his life in his marriage for a long time now. So he has a lot of frustrations he lets out around other women. But he's a very charismatic guy, and he could talk really well. So
he can talk a lot too. On that car ride home, I wanted to stab myself in the ears. He wouldn't shut up. I like Kleenex. I want a disclosure, Kleenex. If you're watching this, I do like you, but we've got to call you out for you being a rascal and your rascally behavior. I hope that you don't get divorced over this. Although I think you hope that you do get divorced over this. But if I was your wife, I would be big mad. Isn't it, Yelly? I love this guy.
Well, I don't think his wife, that's the real bad part, is that she doesn't have any other option. Like she just knows the people at her job. Probably she doesn't have any friends. There's no other, like, the Kleenex is her entire life.
Yeah. Well, didn't they meet each other as pen pals when he was in prison?
Yes, and
there's a dynamic there.
Oh, geez. See, I don't know Kleenex as well, so.
Yeah. And she moved to the United States to be with him.
Oh, really?
And
is there any truth to this, Leaf, that you're as beefy, if not more beefy, than Wappy Flanker?
No. Maybe when I was in high school. Maybe.
The real question.
Maybe when I was in high school. His voice got deeper when he said that. Yeah, I was surprised with Kleenex, but I wasn't surprised. The only thing that surprised me was how more aggressive he was this time. But when he was kissing that girl, I should have been surprised, but I was not the least bit surprised at all.
Well, I was surprised she was kissing him like she was that fast.
Me too.
I mean, how old is Kleenex?
62 or 3, something like that.
And Allison's like 48. And she was flirting with Duran at first.
I know.
It just somehow went to Kleenex, and then a couple of days later, she's with Todd. So I think any Kermitarian that goes to visit Elisa, like, you could hook up with Allison if you want to.
Right. And okay, so I don't want to get ahead of ourselves at all, but that Duran guy is funny to me. And I've seen a couple of people say some stuff, but his dancing, the way he dances the same exact way to every song, where he's just like,
yeah,
I love it. I know that he was talking, I missed it, but he was talking about like stabbing himself in the face and doing some other crazy shit. But he comes off as like so cool and so like chill,
Yeah, that's Duran for people who don't know. Next to him is Donald.
Donald's a perv too.
Donald's hilarious.
He got creepy. I like Donald though. He's creepy though.
He's a creepy old man, but he is hilarious.
Yeah.
Today he stole the show. I'm gonna make a video about it later.
I like how his hair's blonde, but his eyebrows are like gray and black.
Yeah. I laughed so hard with Donald. Yeah, I think it was yesterday's stream or whichever, where Elisa kept trying to sing the Captain song. And he's like, I don't like him. And he just out of nowhere kept singing.
It got stuck in his head. Yeah.
Oh, it was hilarious. It did, and then it like an hour goes by, and all of a sudden she'll start it up. He'll say it again. I'm like, oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I try to get him to sing it today. He remembered.
Now, my favorite person on Elisa's live stream ever, maybe even her show, is like Todd. Wow. Todd to me is exactly what Elisa needs as a co-host sidekick, because he just goes with the flow. You couldn't shave my head. You couldn't pay me $1 million to shave my head if I had long hair like that. He is. I know that some people are like, oh, he doesn't do anything. No, he's there doing all of the time. Like, the amount of shit that you have to go through to be there every day for 10 days in a row, hours and hours at a time. And I understand he's getting paid, but at first he wasn't. See, and Jimmy says that he doesn't like Todd. I love Todd. I'm curious to think what you guys think about it.
Yeah, I think there's been a shift in Todd's personality from what I've noticed.
Yes, Woofy.
Like, when he got there, he was more energetic. He was more talkative.
Mm-hmm.
But then once he met Donald, and I think Donald has a couple of friends that are in the drug business. Todd's been a little bit like a zombie. Like, he goes with the flow a little
smokes too much weed. He smokes too much weed.
Yeah. So,
and
at first he would be a little confrontational. He would hang up on Spartan. He would
Pixel.
He would battle Elisa a little bit, especially with the J theme, which I'm gonna show a little later. But
yeah.
But now he's kind of like a zombie a little bit. He's just there. But I see what you're saying, Weezy, and I do think that's a good quality.
Yeah.
But I think Elisa is looking for something with more personality, just someone who's more outgoing.
But do you think that anybody out there, because we've seen it 100 times, people just leave. Do you think that anybody has the patience and the he seems to be like, doesn't let the bullshit really get to him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
is there
Well, he doesn't
somebody
really
out
pay
there?
attention to it. I think that's probably the problem, is that he doesn't really listen. He doesn't read chat. He doesn't listen to TTS. He doesn't, when the calls come in, he doesn't listen. He doesn't talk to anyone. He's just there
Yeah.
dancing the
Well, at
entire
first he
time.
did, and somebody
Yeah.
was trying to say that they knew Todd had a criminal past, and he took that well. I mean, he was a little perturbed by it,
Yeah,
but
which
maybe
is
that's
untrue.
why.
I'm pretty sure that's not a true statement. Whoever said that.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. They're just
Yeah.
trolling him. But I feel like, if he's only getting paid 5 hours a day, but he puts in 10 hours, that's a fucking trooper. That guy's a trooper, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, $100 a day for that, for just to just stand there in front of the camera. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a lot of people would do that, I think.
Pixel, don't look into Todd, you rascal. Jimmy Jordana does not like Todd. It's obviously not everybody's going to like everybody. I find Todd, I think in a lot of ways, like Elisa didn't stream every single day before Todd. Right. So Todd has added that to the table too.
Yeah. And I told her, just because Todd and Duran are there, that doesn't mean you have to stream that day if there's nothing happening. So, but all her streams have been good. I would say except one stream was lackluster, but the other streams have been great, I think, lately in Florida.
For everybody that doesn't know, this is Todd.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to have a poll. Which Todd do you like better, with hair or bald?
Yeah, maybe let me start a poll real quick.
Yeah. So Todd did this after he got his head shaved because Kleenex canceled. That was the reason he shaved his head. They were counting on Kleenex to be there. Kleenex said he was on his way, so Elisa went live, and then all of a sudden she had no content. So she came up with the idea, Todd, will you shave his head? Which he would not do the previous days, and that's what I'm saying about he's on some kind of drugs now, because now he was willing to do it in a heartbeat. It was very different from the previous days before, where he would not do it. And then when he did do it, he regretted it. But he didn't really put up a fight at all.
He had long fucking hair. I missed the shaving of it. So I was watching earlier and I saw they had long hair, and then I tuned in again and I'm like, holy fuck, what just happened? You know?
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Jordan, I think people are just messing with you. It's in good faith, I think. The F, Marry, Kill game is probably done forever now. And so you don't have anything to worry about in the future. I don't think you should be upset about that. Shout out to Viking, by the way. No, I didn't see that, Fun Bucket. I'm not a big Spartan fan. I know Elisa is, but ugh.
Yeah. Did you see the Todd and Jake incident?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna play that real quick. It's very short. Just tell me if in chat too. Just say, do you consider this a grope?
Bitch. What you gonna do about it? I raped a bitch. Yeah, I did it. I raped a bitch.
So that's where all the drama started, right there.
Will you play it one more time? We let that play again.
Her word against mine, bitch. What you gonna do about it? I raped a bitch. Yeah, I did.
I got to side with Todd on this one, man. If there was an opportunity, testing the boundaries, in my opinion, like seeing, hey, if I actually put my hand over here, I wonder what's going to happen. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think it was a slick move, but I don't think he was forceful. Like, if he really wanted to do it, he would have pushed. He would have got violent with it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, put yourself in Todd's position. Some dude just tries to grab your cock. It's not, I mean,
yeah, it's uncomfortable, but I don't think it was forceful.
I mean,
and Todd gets off a certain vibe, and I guess
hey man, people always think I'm gay too, but nobody can grab my dick. Like, even if a girl tried to do that, I would be very uncomfortable. I think personally, when Todd wanted to leave that apartment earlier, I was 100% on his side, because Jake got a little bit aggressive and a little bit scary and confrontational when he was kicking them out of the apartment.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
think
he was
part
just
of that,
telling him to leave. I think that the threatening was maybe like scared he was going to call the police, but I
right?
don't think he was getting violent.
He wasn't violent, but I could see if that went, shut up, Jimmy, you rascal. If that went another 5 minutes, there could have been fists thrown. That's how I feel about it. Because I can read that his body language and his tone, he was hyper aggressive in that moment. And if Todd were to match that energy, I think they would have fought.
It's possible, but I don't think the answer was running away and leaving Elisa there if you really thought he was a threat. Like, I don't think you would have done that, Weezy. I think you would have made sure Elisa got out safe.
Yeah, I would have made Elisa come with me, but I also think that Jake only felt threatened that he was in harm. And I mean, Todd only felt threatened by Jake, but he didn't feel that Elisa was being threatened by Jake. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I get why Todd did that. I would have handled it differently. I probably would have gotten a fist fight with Todd. And I'm not tough at all. And I don't like fighting. But I felt like I wouldn't have just been, he was down like this praying for forgiveness. I would have been like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't think getting violent right away is the answer. I think you give a person a warning and like, don't do that again. Then if they do it again, that's when you're in your rights to get violent. But
Yeah.
I mean, Todd told him, look, don't do it no more. And Jake put his hand away and he didn't try again. So
yeah,
it could have been left at that.
I think definitely though, Jake, obviously he kept saying the next day, like, oh, I'm not going to say sorry because I didn't apologize, like as if he didn't do it. But in that clip, you can see right away, as soon as he does that, then he grabs him around the shoulder, like, oh, no, what happened? Like, because he's still in that drunken state, but it's like he knows exactly what he fucking did.
Welcome, Joey. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. I mean, I don't know if Jake's a gay guy or what, but he was definitely trying to get a handful right there, in my opinion. Oh, Kleenex, please. If you want to come up here and speak your side of it, I don't know if you caught the beginning of it. Can you send him
I'll send it to you on Twitter.
Thank you. Kleenex, you have some splaining to do, and I would love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Okay, I sent it to him.
Thank you.
Did Todd ever reply if he was going to come in here? Or?
I invited him, but he didn't say yes or no. What's up, Woofy?
Hello.
Hey, Wolfie.
What's going on?
The Wolf Pack.
So are you a Todd fan, Wolf?
I love Todd.
Okay.
I love him. I think he's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I don't think there's anyone Woofy hates.
Yeah,
Woofy loves everyone.
I can think of a couple people.
Oh,
yeah,
I haven't been around as long, so
yeah, I can think. I don't even think. I don't think Wolfie's such a big Weezy fan, to tell you the truth. Although I'm a huge Wolfie fan.
I like Weezy. What are you
Oh,
saying?
thank goodness.
Dish it out. Dish it out.
No, I don't have any problems with Woofy. Yeah, if Jake tried to grab Kleenex's junk, I don't know how that would have turned out. It could have gone either way.
I also love Jake. I thought he was hilarious.
I agree with Pixel here. If he tried to grab Elisa like that, I think everybody would be on the same page about how inappropriate that was.
Yeah, I mean, it is inappropriate, but I think a warning for the first time is fair. And then if they try again, that's when you're justified to get violent.
Now, Leaf, I have a question for you. Don't take this the wrong way.
Okay.
Are we desensitized because Andy Dick has done this multiple times and we continue to talk to him afterwards?
Maybe. But, I played football and a lot of that kind of crap went on in the football locker room. And it was bad. Yeah, it was real bad. And
yeah, that's true. That's a different kind of way of being desensitized too.
But those kind of people, they do it to emasculate you and humiliate you.
Exactly.
But I watched that clip and like that night I went back and watched from when they got into his apartment until the incident happened. And I don't think that was intentional.
Oh, it was intentional.
You think so?
Fuck yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that
about it. He was slick to where you could say it wasn't
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
He knew what he was doing.
He was
like giving a girl a pat on the butt, like you're just giving her a pat on the butt.
Cass.
Like, good job, but you know what you're doing.
Yelly, I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, he was taking the opportunity in a slick manner, and if it were to be well received, he would have pushed the envelope. That's how I looked at it. It wasn't like a just like, hey, I'm going to grab your cock. He went into a position to where it could seem like it was an accident. But to me, I mean, I can see right through that.
And I thought Todd did handle that well. Like, obviously he was uncomfortable the entire time, and he was chain smoking that vape, which probably
that was before he got
worse.
the good drugs. Whatever Donald hooked him up with.
I want him to do mushrooms. He said he was going to do mushrooms.
Now, do we know if Kleenex is coming? Because this is.
I sent him the link on Twitter. Let me see if he's.
I like that Todd had mushrooms on the list of like, okay, this is what Elisa needs to pay for, and then she's like, I'm not paying for mushrooms. Oh yeah, I know, I can understand that. I'm like, why would the drugs be a fucking part of the payroll?
It's a far reach to be intentional, but he had messed up something.
She's running a business, J Prime.
Apparently, I know.
Yeah, it's content.
Yeah, but him on shrooms would be
Kleenex
definitely
stole my
fucking
message,
awesome.
so he should be here if he's coming.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be great.
I want to keep this panel pretty small, and that's why I'm not going to put the link out publicly, just because it can get to be a lot. Like when we have a lot to talk about, and when people talk over each other, my autism goes to an all-time high, and I get really grumpy. I don't like.
I'm gonna try not to do that.
You stop doing it, Woofy. I'm just kidding. You're totally fine. Okay, so we have breaking news. Kleenex is coming. I do have some questions. Can we get Barry and Minnie Manson on panel? If you want to see me hang myself, then yeah, let's do that.
Hang stream.
Brandon Q, you're trash. You're just trash.
Fuck
buddy.
you, Brandon.
Yeah, you're trash. But I'll let you type in here. Thank you, T-Bob. Do you love Brandon, Woofy?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I you know, the crazier the people,
that's
more
one person out of the entire community that likes Brandon.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, Jerry. Me too.
I just like you know, crazy people. I just, you know, that's my thing.
There's crazy, and then there's Brandon.
We should talk about this because, you know, it's been a while. We haven't done one of these shows. Last show we did was about Lucifer, which seems like 7 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So I do want to talk.
LA.
Before Kleenex gets here, I do want to talk about the Barry situation and how Barry is mad at Leaf for taking a clip of him saying he hates gay people and putting it on Twitter. And then telling Leaf that he heavily edited it, which is not true. It's just a clip. And so now he's on a campaign against Elisa that he says he's going to sue her, all while calling Elisa over and over and over again, which is not what you're supposed to do if you're going to sue someone. Ladies and gentlemen, Kleenex is here. Let's give him the floor. Let's let him talk. Welcome to the show, Kleenex.
Fuck all of you.
Oh
wow! Look at this sexy beast right now.
Can you put him
Kleenex? God damn, that's what we're all missing out on. Look how dark you are.
Good God, man! Take me
I'm
off.
getting turned on.
The beast whale.
Kleenex.
How do I turn off my fucking thing? I got rid of Google because I now hate it. Here, let me take my camera off.
Kleenex. We have some questions. Are you still married?
Shut the fuck up. Who are you, my priest? My counselor? My boss? Mind your fucking business, motherfucker.
Okay. Next question. Do you regret making out with a random girl?
Do I really regret is fucking taking, even meeting those motherfuckers. That's what I regret. Never going to happen again.
You did get caught.
What?
You did get caught up in a lie where you said that you had breakfast in Florida with your sister, which was a lie.
No, I did.
Kleenex.
Bullshit.
FaceTime doesn't count. FaceTime doesn't count.
I did.
FaceTime.
So you're changing your story again.
Doesn't matter who I met or what I did. My personal life is not up for discussion anymore. Oh, you think it's funny?
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, who's laughing like a bag? Yeah, I don't find
Probably me.
Kleenex, tell us what's going on. Why have you not done IRL with Elisa after the incident?
Because I wanted to see Key West. I'm still in Key West. What I want to go around and be fucking insulted and fucking some drunk bitch grabbing all over me. What, really?
You seemed-
That's supposed to be fun?
You seem like you were having fun.
3,000 fucking miles
Yeah.
to do that bullshit. I was
Yes.
fine in Hollywood. I should have never taken them to West Palm Beach. The car ride was miserable. She's playing that fucking speaker so goddamn loud. I couldn't hear the goddamn directions. You know, you're in a brand new place you don't know nothing about. It's a busy area. It's a metropolitan area. I can't read the fucking signs. That was miserable. And then all I wanted to do was fucking eat.
Kleenex, you didn't like making out with that girl?
Fuck no.
Then why did you repeatedly do it?
Why don't you fuck off? What do you think you are, Perry Mason?
I feel like I'm on the case.
You're on
And
the, you're on
he crashed JJ's stream.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw that. Yeah.
that's weird.
That was weird.
That was. You're an old man.
Oh,
You.
They're talking about when you saw JJ.
He was literally right in front of the Beacon Hotel where I was staying.
You're a fanboy for a 20-year-old
but
boy.
he said you were
Why
sitting.
don't you shut the fuck up, faggot?
Yeah, let's let Kleenex talk a little bit. Let's let him talk.
Yeah.
So you met up with JJ because he was right in front of the
I
hotel.
didn't meet up with JJ. I was walking back. There he was.
He said
So
you
you
were
met up
sitting
with him.
there for an hour.
I was sitting across the parkway talking to Chad and people in semi-space.
Okay.
What are you, the fucking cops, motherfucker?
I am, yeah. I'm FBI, bitch.
Will you be streaming with Elisa before you go back to Washington?
No, I won't.
Can you tell us why?
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Well, you saw all the shit she said about me, calling me a liar and all this shit.
Well, you lied. You admitted that you lied.
What I lie about?
You said you had. Okay. I don't know if you remember this, but you were telling everybody that you had breakfast with your sister, and then a dono came in, and the dono said you didn't have breakfast with your sister, and so then you had to walk it back, and you said, "Okay, well, I had breakfast, and my sister was on FaceTime," which is a lie. You were lying about having.
I was eating breakfast. She was eating breakfast. We were talking on FaceTime.
Oh my god.
If I'm eating dinner right now, I'm having dinner talking to you.
Trixie has a good question. Will you be meeting up with Barry while you're there?
No, I talked to Barry. Called me today. I don't have time, man. I got shit to do.
I mean, Kleenex, if Elisa still lived in Los Angeles, would you have made this trip?
No, because I wanted to come to Florida. I was still going to come to Florida. I didn't want to be here when Mush was here. I've been wanting to come to Florida for 10 fucking years.
Now, Kleenex, do you think it's just a coincidence that as soon as she moves to Florida, you now go to Florida to meet your sister?
Really?
In 10 years?
Yes, that's really what I think.
Yeah, because you're a dumbass.
Are you going to go to Disney?
Hold on,
Disney.
Wolfie, let me finish this line of questioning, please. Yeah. Kleenex, you know I'm a Kleenex fan.
No,
I always say it. I asked you.
You know what? This is the last time I talk to any of you fuckers, okay? This is it. I came here for a lot of reasons. I've been wanting to... When I got here and saw how beautiful this is, and I haven't come here for all these years, I had a friend begging me to come here for 10 years that doesn't even live it. You know, I mean, I was going to live here. I was always going to come here. I never came here. So only thing her streaming did was show me more Fargo. Man, I have got to see it. I have got to see it. Now that you're seeing it, you know, it's one thing to see it in movies or whatever. So, yeah, was I influenced to now come because of her streaming? Yes. Was she the reason? Fuck no.
Now, was your sister that you didn't meet in Florida the reason?
I met her today, motherfucker. Don't worry about who I met. Stop talking about my fucking family, motherfucker.
No,
Stop
turning it into
my
that.
personal life. Stop asking me about my fucking wife.
You
Don't
offered
comment,
that.
motherfucker.
You
Yes,
offered the
I
information
have
to
a
us.
sister that lives in Florida. Yes, I did talk to her during that. Yes, I did talk to my sister multiple times. I talked to both my sisters. What business is that of this psychotic fucking community?
Well, Kleenex, we wouldn't even know if you didn't
shut
tell
the
everyone.
fuck up. You're the biggest piece of shit on the planet. All you did was, Christ. Chris is sitting there getting moped and groped. Let me fucking blow up his life. Fuck you, Leaf.
What did grope?
I got a
Kleenex,
copy.
you put the video on your channel.
Yeah,
you realize that, right?
Yeah, to tell you off, motherfucker.
Now, Elisa has a comment. She said that you came to Florida.
I don't give a fuck what that bitch has got to say. That bitch is a cunt.
Let me finish it.
I don't care.
Kleenex came to Florida to talk to his sister on the phone, guys.
I didn't come to fucking Florida to see my sister. I didn't come to
I
Florida
know.
to see anybody, but to see if I want to move here.
But that's not what you told us. You told us you came there
What
to
the fuck?
see your
Did
sister.
you tell anybody anything about you, motherfucker?
No, but you
Shut
do.
The fuck up.
But you do,
Shut
Kleenex.
the fuck up.
You offer all of this
the
information,
fuck up.
and then when you get caught lying, you get mad at us
Lying
for talking about
what?
your
'Cause I don't want
family.
to tell you my business.
You made it our business.
Yeah, well, you know it's not gonna be your business anymore.
Kleenex, we've heard this before. At the beginning of this year, you told us you were done lying, and now I feel like you lied about that.
Look, that fucking stuff is so radical when that noise is going on. I've not been sleeping with their shit because I've been so excited about being here and wanting to see everything and really trying to figure out, will this be where I should come? Should I come here? Look at this, look at that. Can I deal with this place, this weather, the heat, the humidity? There's a lot of stuff going on in my head about making a move here. And if I move here or not, that's none of your fucking business. None of it.
So why did you go?
If you move there, you're gonna rely
I just got you saying, okay, I'm not going to read your fucking chat, and I'm not going to argue with all. Well, get rid of Wolf or I'm gone. Get rid of Wolf or I'm gone.
Wolfie,
He
hasn't done anything.
I'm just going to put you backstage.
Or prime time or I'm gone.
Okay, I'm going to put both of them backstage just for a minute. Stay around, guys. Stay around.
I've lost my voice because, the weather, whatever. And I've been sleeping with the air conditioner too high. I don't want to yell. I'm in a very nice hotel, Marathon, the Keys. I don't need to get fucking evicted after paying money. I was influenced by watching her stream about how magnificent Florida looked. But I can say the same thing watching a movie. I've been thinking about this move for a long time. Yes. Did I plan on seeing her when I was here? Yeah. But you know what? I never will again.
But why? What did she do?
It's that crazy bitch that I should have knocked the fuck out of when she grabbed me. Playing along with it, being, just like, I mean, I've already said what I said on my fucking video. I'm not going to repeat it. I still don't think you needed to clip it. And this bitch has never been with anybody, has never been married, and none of you motherfuckers are going to lecture me about being married. I've been married 32 motherfucking years. Don't lecture me about fucking marriage, and don't lecture me about fucking being a father.
Okay.
I have a question. Can I ask you one question?
None of you are fathers, and none of you are grandfathers. So shut up with the fucking advice and tell people how to live their lives.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Is that the only girl that you've kissed while you've been married?
Oh, Christ. That's none of your fucking business.
Okay,
Me too,
Kleenex, if you do move to Florida, are you taking your wife with you, or are you
going
to go along?
So it's a big choice. No, absolutely not.
So it doesn't even matter that you kissed Allison.
Look,
if you're
I don't
planning on leaving your wife anyway.
You know what? The thing doesn't stop with my sister. It doesn't stop with my goddamn wife. It goes on. You motherfuckers send this shit. You dox people. You people have doxed. I should have. The thing is, my wife I was dragged to the FBI agent because of you cocksuckers.
Oh God.
Fucking sending shit, calling shit, doing shit, and now
you sound like Barry.
Oh, you think it's funny? You think it's funny?
Yes. I have a question, Kleenex. Just a quick question.
Yeah. How many people know who the fuck you are, Weezy?
Kleenex. Elisa has a question. Was the kiss her fault?
What that cunt has to say.
Was the kiss her fault?
No, the thing is, I should have knocked the bitch over and said, "Get the fuck out of me." But you know what? I said everything. Go watch what I said this morning at 4 a.m.
I didn't see it, Kleenex.
Then go watch
questions.
Play it now.
Why are you blaming everybody else for your own actions?
Oh, my actions? What, not getting violent when somebody's groping me? Or kiss? I'm like, did you do a small kiss? And she keeps coming for more and more and more and more.
You kissed her back multiple times.
Whatever. Are you really that? This is what unmarried people that don't get laid, that fucking don't have a wife, that never had no sexual conquest in their life, think a fucking kiss is. It's not about the kiss. It's about how rough she was being, how gross she was getting.
Started out with the kiss.
With a little kiss, but she had to come back for more and more and more. That's why I finally left.
Kleenex, when she turned the camera to you and said, "Kiss again," you were very happy to kiss that woman again.
You know what? If I ever see Elisa again, I'll knock her fucking stupid teeth out of her head.
Chill out.
I doubt it.
Why don't you go fuck off, okay? I don't
think you'll do that.
Yeah, I'll knock her fucking teeth out if she ever comes near me again. You think I'm
clip it? Somebody clip this for next week.
I see what
he's just joking. He's just joking.
I'm not.
He's just joking, everybody.
And believe you keep it up. I'm gonna fucking visit you, motherfucker.
Okay, Kleenex. Now, Kleenex, if you do move to Florida, Elisa offered you a very nice job with Jay.
You know what?
Would
She
you
offers
consider taking that?
everybody a fucking job. Who's got a job from her? Nobody.
Well,
Yeah, Todd. Todd has
yeah,
a job.
Todd.
Yeah,
But
I don't want
nobody's
a job
taking.
on
Like she
streaming.
wants to hook you
I'm
up
not
with
looking
Jake.
for a job on streaming.
Now, Kleenex,
No,
did you
no.
see
Jake's job is in sales.
You know what the problem with this bitch is? She can't separate reality from her stupid stream. She doesn't ever want to talk unless that goddamn camera's on. I got nothing to say to her. I told her half of a dozen times, I want to talk to you. She's talking about some stuff on the
Lisa.
phone that I want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it in a fucking chat room or on a goddamn stream.
Now,
I'm not going to
Kleenex,
talk
Trying
about
to
real
make a
life
connection between you and Jake.
are you still in love with
What?
Elisa, Kleenex?
shit. Absolutely not. She looks like shit, by the way.
Oh,
She
she's
looks
beautiful.
holy shit. She's aged like 6 years since October. She looks like total shit.
Wow.
Total shit.
Now, Kleenex,
And
why the decision
no,
to
that's
wear a
not true.
big? Why the decision to wear that orange shirt?
Because I'm a big fat bastard and I like it.
I like the shirt. It was perfect for the stream.
I agree.
Kleenex, you were flirting with Elisa the entire time. You know
No,
she's
I
a
wasn't.
beautiful
No, I
woman.
wasn't.
You were asking her to
Yes, you
suck
were.
your dick.
Yeah, being an asshole because she was being a bitch.
She was being super nice to you.
Bullshit.
It was
Bullshit.
TTS that was rude to you,
Bullshit.
Kleenex. That's not Elisa's fault.
Yeah, and I asked her to turn it down. I almost got in an accident. That was the thing is I'm so mad about shit getting sent to my wife. I'm not blaming EJ. I'm blaming myself for being stupid enough to let that bitch, because the thing is, I think I explained, nobody watches my fucking video. So why don't you just leave me alone? I thought I explained it very well this morning. I explained it very well when I'm filming it in the hotel room about, you get caught up in these predicaments. What do? I was getting
It was
really
fun. Everyone
mad.
enjoyed it. Everyone enjoyed it.
I didn't
including you.
enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it.
I think you did, Kleenex.
You were smiling and
don't know me,
laughing.
motherfucker. You're a fucking little punk ass bitch that ain't got no wife, no kid, nothing. Fuck you.
Your
You're
Kleenex doesn't watch any of
about
this,
some
Kleenex.
cunt that's never gonna fuck you, and because you're so goddamn mad about it, you want to destroy everybody else's life.
Kleenex, that isn't true.
That is true, motherfucker. You're a punk.
No, it's not.
And I used
Kleenex,
to
be nice to my
and
best
I was
friend,
so
Leaf.
dumb when you didn't talk to think you were a decent guy because I believed you loved Christ first. You don't love Christ, you fucker.
You don't love Christ. You're making out with women while you have a wife at home.
Now I'm making out. I'm so hurt by
Why
your
don't
words.
you invite a Yumi on these trips, Kleenex? Answer that.
Do you really? Do I really have to? After all the... oh, come on, motherfucker.
Yeah, why didn't you take your wife on a trip unless you had nefarious...
Elisa would love to meet a Yumi. They would be great on stream together.
Maybe you thought you were going to hook up with Elisa, so you didn't want your wife around.
Yeah, now you sound like Born Mush. Weezy, I can't believe that I used to think you were decent. You're really
I
not.
love you, Kleenex.
No, you're not decent, man.
I'll go on your streams. I'm being honest.
Dumb to think. You know what? I'll tell you what upsets me. I had like 3 people I thought was decent. That hey, behind the scenes, if I ever had anything to talk about, I could lean toward Leaf. I could lean toward you. You guys are just showing me you always were the trolls.
What are we doing that's wrong?
Yeah.
You're making okay. I don't like everybody. Like, oh God, I touched her ass. I touched her pelvic. Didn't happen. This time I made a huge mistake. I should have been very firm. Told that barfly, look. The first thing I told that cunt, she said, down, I've been married, and I'm married, and I've been married for 32 years. Oh, my husband died. I'm a widower. She's a barfly. She's an alcoholic. She was a typical drunk. I've been hit on by drunk women millions of times in my life, married and single. That's what drunk bitches do. What are you going to do? Push them away so they fall and bust their head open and get a goddamn felony? What was I supposed to do? Get up and throw her down and say, get the fuck off of me?
So you didn't enjoy that at all?
No.
Kleenex, you looked happy.
Because you know what you do? You set yourself up and you think, well, yeah, what's a little innocent kiss? And so I go to make a little innocent kiss, and she keeps grabbing my fucking face and more and more and more. And then she's doing all this bullshit. Yeah, it didn't look so innocent after a while. You think it's going to be one little... Remember how you just kiss, like, just somebody for fun? Like, if you kiss a guy... I've kissed men more than I kissed her the other night. We were fucking around.
Will you admit that you were wrong?
Wrong about what?
Making out with a woman when
Well,
you have a wife at home?
I was wrong about taking them all the way up there, that far away.
No, that was nice. That was the nicest thing you've ever done.
That was very nice.
I was wrong to send Lori money to get back from fucking LA, but she paid me back.
Now, Kleenex, my mom has a question for you. My mom watches this.
Your mom, I don't give a fuck.
She wants to know if your wife kissed a guy, would you be upset?
You know what? If this is all going to be about you asking me about my wife, I was really prepared to come
because I don't like being made a Leaf. I still think that Leaf somewhere is a man of God, and I don't. It's like the only other man of God in this group is possibly Leaf, but I don't know what his agendas are anymore, because he basically finally got baked and came out and just said all these things that he's, he didn't pull back, and I thought he's finally gonna, just get into reality after 8 fucking years, and he's back fucking sipping and sending her money and doing the shit. And it's like he takes a break and he's right back like nothing happened.
Leaf is wonderful, and you know that he's wonderful. That's why he's been one of your favorites.
But you
and
know
you're just
what?
talking shit because you got caught.
That's what. Get caught from what?
You got caught being a rascal. You're embarrassed about it, and you won't take personal responsibility about it.
The thing is, I really thought us kissing was going to be innocent. But it kept going and going and going. And she was getting more aggressive and more aggressive. And what you got to look, if you watch my eyes, I was getting mad. I'm like, what the fuck? It started out innocent and it got real uninnocent very fast.
Oh, Kleenex.
And you're all trying to make this reality show. Reality is people kiss total strangers all the time when they're a little bit high. The thing is, I wasn't high. I wasn't drunk. So it got real gross real fast. But I tried to, still play along with it, and make jokes about it. But I was getting really angry. Look, let me put it this way. I was getting so angry after she pulled my beard. I was about ready to hit the bitch. And then what would have happened? I'd have gone to jail.
She sat on your lap after that.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't want that. I never asked for none of that.
You're a giant monster. Of course, if you want something, you'll make it not happen.
Now I'm not even a human being. I'm just a big giant monster.
No, I'm just saying you're a big dude.
You know what I found out? The 2 people that I really thought just kind of gave me shit, but were actually on Team Kleenex. I have found out on this trip to Florida, they never were on my team.
Kleenex, I love you. I love you, Kleenex.
We've had our little tits for tat. The thing is, nobody wants to talk about anything real. It's really hard for me to think that I'm going to end my marriage after 32 years. That I'm going to move here by myself. That I'm going to have to start this new, scary new life all by myself. That's a lot to think about. I'm not some Disney bitch that's tasted fame and will jump coast to coast and shake the fucking tits and do a stream, or rely on how many people can get you a job. Ain't nobody hiring those 62-old motherfucker. One of the reasons I'm leaving the area, I'm leaving because I can't even get a job in the car business over there anymore. And insurance is not working out. And I want to live in Florida. Can I do it? Can I pull it off? I don't know. Am I doing it because EJ's here? Fuck no.
So you're getting divorced? Is this breaking news for everybody?
I don't know what's going to happen.
Is it because of that kiss?
I begged her before Calf ever existed to move to Florida. She wouldn't do it. And then I begged again, for years. I want to go to Sarasota. I want to see. And then I said, let me go first. Let me see what it's like. Let me see if the job is real. This is when I was still in my 40s. Didn't feel so insecure about starting all over. I had an interview with a guy in Brickell. The guy took up 2 hours of my time. I was headed to West Hampton when he called. He said, can you come here at 2:30? I'm like, well, I was going north, but I can. He took up almost 3 hours of my time, plus traffic was nuts.
I have a question, Kleenex.
And then the son of a bitch was supposed to offer me a salary plus commission. He calls me back. It's going to be straight commission. I'm not moving to Florida for straight commission.
Let me ask you this.
I got that in Seattle. I got straight commission.
Cleanie.
No health benefits in fucking Seattle. I don't need to start all over with the massive money it takes to move and start all over.
This is exhausting.
So that's why I'm in a bad mood now. I thought I was getting a real job offer. It turns out to be bullshit.
Now, Kleenex, hypothetically, if Elisa was to say, hey, Kleenex, I have a job for you and you can live with me, would you say yes or no?
You know what? The most sincere thing I tried to say, and I didn't want to say it on stream. I realized after the 3rd time meeting, I wish we could just be friends. Just really good friends and not be so petty and constantly be, Kleenex against, Elisa. Just be 2 normal adults that can be friends, and there's no weird shit in between it. Just take all that weird internet shit and just call for what it was and just be real friends, especially if I'm going to move here. But she doesn't want any real friends. She wants freaks, geeks, and fucking simps.
Now, haven't you been one of the biggest Elisa simps for 8 years?
Yeah, see, now you get me in trouble. I'm getting told to start with the All right.
I love him.
Now I'm in a church hotel. You know, you can't see. This is what I don't like about America. This is why if Florida's like this, that's what Seattle is. You know, you pay big money to stay in these places, and then you got to have some motherfucker come over to you and tell you how to talk. I'm sitting on the pool all by myself. I'm way out in the open area, but I can't talk like that. And you all know I can't stand people telling me what to do when I'm. See, all you people do is get me in trouble.
You get yourself in trouble, and you can never take responsibility for your own actions. Nobody's telling you to yell. Nobody's telling you to yell, Kleenex. We're simply asking you questions that you're ignoring.
Look, I'm reading what she's saying. She's a hateful fucking narcissist bitch.
She's not saying anything bad.
I'm reading it. Okay, I see it. Fuck her. Fuck you. You'll never see me again. None of you. Fuck off.
Wow. So does that mean I can bring up J Prime and Wolfie back up? Welcome back to the stream, folks. What did you guys think about Kleenex?
I wanted to tell him off so many times.
No, I know. That's why we couldn't have you up here. We know how to deal with Kleenex.
Much sooner if you
we know how to deal with him.
I gotta say that I love Kleenex. I don't understand why he doesn't want to talk to me. That's weird.
Because I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Like that.
I love him. I'll tell you exactly what happened, Wolfie. I know Kleenex very well. When he was trying to speak, you guys were laughing, which is a cardinal sin. Look at my hairline, everybody. Brandon Q wants you to look at my hairline.
Oh wow!
It's a cardinal sin when you laugh over when he's trying to be. That was your only crimes. That was your only crimes. So
damn.
Because I used to like talking to him in VC and stuff, and
yeah, he probably confused you for someone else, Wolfie.
Maybe
like
you were just laughing while he was talking, and he didn't like that. Brandon Q, pull my bangs up. Brandon Q, suck my dick, all of it. Thank you.
Oh,
okay. All right, so I have one more video to show that kind of has to do with Kleenex.
Okay.
You know the Rob guy, right?
Yes, Rob.
So he has an idea about
R.I.P.
Kleenex.
Rob.
If Kleenex needs a job, Rob is offering this idea for him.
Wow. The chat is so funny tonight.
$1,000 for
Thank
Todd.
you, Summer.
Who doesn't do that much. He gets you some water and he talks to Captain Deplorable. I think you should nix that in the bud. Okay, you got to stop that. That's just throwing money away, right? Now, let's take $2,500 and get a 3-2. Now, with the 3-2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can put Todd, your number one assistant. Free housing for Todd, right? Then you can put Andy Dick. Whoever, right? Kleenex. It can be a like a hotel, right? Now, you spend $2,500 on this 3-2, but as you know, you're going to get a 24/7 cam out of this, right? Now, bare minimum, you're going to make $15K a month off your 24/7 cam.
This guy is
your
such
little
a
hooligans
cunt.
that are in here, right? Now, I want to be property manager. I want to be security. I want to be the guy who runs this, okay? This is very simple, very easy. You need this 15K, okay? This 15K and another asset, you're already making your own money doing your thing, but you need this extra 15K. This way you can house these fucking people, right? That way you get out of paying Todd, because you're just throwing $3,000 out the window when at least you could be doing this. You could be doing this, okay? Now, with this, just take a small percentage, 10%, right? 1.5K, and give that to Todd so he has money to eat and shit, right? Very simple, very easy. This way, you're generating money to give to Todd and generating money for yourself instead of just throwing this away. This is unacceptable. You cannot do this. This is very simple, very easy to do. Call me when you're ready to do events where we can make, 8K in a night, Okay?
Oh, bullshit.
But hopefully this helps. Do not do this. Let's do this. Make this.
Let's.
That's bare minimum. Okay?
He loves the whiteboard.
Let me say this. He was the
Yeah, he
guy
does.
that promised all of this money to Elisa the first time and hasn't paid her a red cent.
Right.
He's the guy that put her in situations where he was just clowning her in real time. He doesn't want to do anything but be involved in order to wreck it. Like, I don't think his math was mathing that well, especially when whoever was one of the options on the list. That guy
he just
likes
loves
to
that
hear his own
whiteboard.
voice.
Yeah, I don't
And
think his
Kleenex
intentions
was
are to
on
wreck.
the list. That's so funny. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think his intentions are to wreck everything. He just wants to do it his way, and Elisa has a different
Yeah.
vision. So when she
But he
does her
never
own
does
thing,
anything. Like,
yeah, well, he wants
Sorry,
her to do OnlyFans and to do a content
oh,
house. Those are
every
his two
time,
big
like,
ideas.
somebody said in chat today, like, R.I.P. Rob, like, jokingly, but I was like, Elisa in the morning, she's always planning, especially with Todd now, like, every time Rob was supposed to be, oh, we got to do this. Well, I'm not going to reveal it because we can't do it. Like,
Right,
he never
right.
did. He didn't produce shit. He was just there to fucking, like, be pissed off.
Here's what I think is that Rob wants to be involved, but he doesn't have the fortitude or the patience to even last a day without saying, my car got stolen. You don't even care about my stolen car, when he couldn't even find it. He's telling the cops on Elisa. What kind of idiot thinks that she's going to go back and be like, oh, okay, Rob, let me put my whole career in your hands. Thank you, Summer Page.
Well, Weezy, I think like when she was streaming with that guy, he treated her terribly.
Yes, he did.
And
Rob's
now
a prick.
now she found Todd, who's fantastic. I mean, the guy's down for everything. It's very entertaining. I just think it's a really good fit. Those two together are awesome.
I like Todd. I think Todd's great. I think Todd should be very upset with Rob for trying to cut his money in half.
I think Rob is a little jealous.
I think so too. I think Rob's gay, but he's gay for Elisa's vagina. That's what I think.
But the big news is that Lala's coming now. She's really on her way,
dude.
And
we
thought she was going to compete.
Let Lee finish.
We thought she was going to compete for the assistant job, but it turns out for some reason Lala got in her head that no, I need to go to Miami instead, and that happened after Elisa told Rob that Lala was coming.
Because he's
so
in her
now
DMs.
There's a theory that Rob may have contacted Lala, and now Rob's going to do with Lala what he was trying to do with Elisa.
Shit.
Now, anybody that's watched in the past knows that Lala won't make it 3 days max before flipping the fuck out, calling Elisa all kinds of words, racism.
Oh, I can't wait.
And you know damn well that what Leaf just said is true. Rob definitely immediately messaged Lala with his whiteboard. And he was like, this is how you make money with Elisa.
Oh, I would pay to see that video. I would pay to see that video.
Weezy, you had a relationship. You tried to do that.
He produced
Lala
in a show there.
High Pitch Eric stream, right?
Thank you, Summer.
Tried to run that.
Yeah, so I produced that, and I saw what happened was Alex Stein came on to that show. Immediately upon doing that, Lala went backstage, and you can see the people when they're backstage, like I can see, and she was fuming, pissed off. You could see she was like not throwing stuff, but you could tell she wanted to. But she kept saying she was having camera problems. Within 20 minutes, I had death threats to Eric from her. I'll end his life and all of that. She flipped the fuck out. She blocked me and told me that I was using her, all because I went out of my way to help produce the show for free. I didn't ask for anything. And she didn't get her way. And as soon as she doesn't get her way, she turns on everybody. And she's an absolute nightmare to deal with.
Yeah.
But
thank you, Summer Page. I appreciate you.
It's great content, though. And
I always remember too. I just want to say quick. I'll always remember too. Fucking Leaf was so goddamn generous. Gave her that $40 fucking to go stream with Elisa, and they just took the money. And I was like, Leaf, she's a bitch. she is so two-faced. It's not even funny.
Can I say one thing? I remember when I think the last time Elisa streamed with Lala, I really liked that because they both ate pizza together or something. I think they had oysters as well.
Mm-hmm.
But watching those two eat together, like Elisa ate so like a lady, like she like she, if I'm eating, it's gonna look terrible. I'm just like shoveling food in my face. But Elisa just ate so beautifully. And then you look at Lala and she's eating pizza, like just shoving it in her mouth, like I would do.
Yeah. Well, at least
craziest-
can chow down when she wants to.
The craziest thing about Lala is that I had seen her on IP2 and I knew that she was a nightmare. But then when Eric and her were doing a show together, she was on her absolute best behavior.
Yeah.
And one show went well. And I was convinced that that was a different girl that I had experienced before. She was so much more presentable. She was well-spoken. So she has the ability not to be a total monster, but she always goes back to her base level, which is being a monster. And for Elisa's right, Rob is promising Lala millions. I guarantee it. I think that it's a bad idea for Lala to up and move to Florida with no job, no house, because she just lied to us last couple weeks ago that she had a house and that she was doing so great. She bought a Mercedes. She's living in that car, and it's sad. What is she going to do when she goes to Florida and she burns her 2 bridges that are out there?
Well, that's where I disagree with you, because I think living in your car in Florida is still better than living in your car in Los Angeles. So no matter what, but I think if she went there and really gave it a genuine shot with Elisa, they could do some great stuff together, and Elisa would help her big time grow her own channel.
Lala will fuck it up. She fucks everything up.
Yeah, it doesn't have 100% unless we try. She has to try. But if Rob is in her head convincing her,
Lala literally made and I don't look at her channel at all, but sometimes people post it in calf, and I'm like, okay, I'll see her crazy religious rantings for 20 minutes and see if it's good. But the day before she said she was coming out for Elisa, the whole first few minutes of the stream is again with Elisa's a witch, she's this and she's not, I can't be around these people. And then the next day, we'll have a job opportunity now. Her mind, she's not right.
Lala cares so much about how she's perceived that she will literally say anything in order to make herself feel better, that people are perceiving her a certain way. But if you ask me, she is mentally unstable, and she does not 100%. She does not have the ability to go there and play well with others. It's going to be great for content for Elisa, but it's not going to last. And I don't think it lasts even a day before she's doing her own streams talking about Elisa being a witch again.
Yep. I moved out here. I drove all this way for Elisa, and you know what? She's the devil and the witch, and I can't believe I did this. Oh my God. But you know what? There's a reason for this, because Jesus, she's just going to fucking Jesus rant. So
have you guys also noticed that Pebs girl has been in Elisa's chats on her live streams?
They all watch
a couple times.
Everybody.
She's in Florida.
Everyone watches Elisa.
Yeah.
And
they all tune in. I think
she was trashing her. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leaf.
No. I think the person you're talking about has called in a couple times. But yeah, they all watch her.
Well, I noticed she's been in the chat, and she was trashing her for a while, and then now I notice she's like, "Hey, can we meet up?" or something.
Thanks, Summer. You're awesome. I appreciate you.
I actually talked to Peps once. She sounded very drugged out.
Well, this is what I'll say. The Lala situation is going to be great for the viewers. It's going to be horrible for Lala. I worry that one time we saw Lala stand over Elisa like she was going to physically harm her. I worry that could happen again. Now, Elisa has Todd and others that are surrounding her, so she's not going to get beat up or anything like that. But I think Lala's teetering on that edge, and that she could absolutely get violent.
And what about Spartan? Is he really flying in to Florida?
I doubt it. I really doubt that.
Elisa would have to pay for Spartan, and she would have to help, or he would have to move in with Todd.
I still love Spartan. I don't know. Somebody kicked him from the Discord.
Now, let me say something. Jimmy Jordana is suggesting that we're talking about the old Lala, and that there's a new and improved Lala. I think that will not age well, Jimmy Jordana, and that she's absolutely teetering. We've all seen this before. She can play well with others for 5 minutes before she fucking lets the dono. Think about this. The donos, when Lala's on, are going to be at least a song about her, size 6, size 26. They're going to be torturing that poor woman. That will have.
It'll all be for me.
That will have a drastic effect on her.
Well,
and
that's what I told her too. I left a comment on her video, and I said the one thing Elisa can teach you is how to have thick skin. I said Elisa will take you. She will help you write a song about Elisa if you want a diss track about her, help you sing it, and then we'll donate that to troll Elisa when we disagree with her. But Elisa's not going to throw a fit and run away, and that's what Lala needs to learn how to do. Like she's not.
She can't though.
It's about capability. She's not capable of doing it. She has her.
Elisa
I think
has can learn though. I think
I think you're right, but you're giving her a little bit of credit here, suggesting that she's mentally sound, which we know she's not.
Fuck no.
But a mentally sound person can shift gears and figure it out and see it for what it is. But she is somebody that always acts out on her emotions, not logic and reason. Always. We've never seen her be logical and reasonable in those situations. We've seen her be logical and reasonable when she's in her car by herself talking about the Bible because there's no outside noise coming at her. But as soon as that outside noise comes at her, I don't see her dealing with that very well.
But see, this is the thing. This is the difference is that in the past, all those situations, like she was living on that RV. If I was on that RV, I would be going nuts too. It's with the big speaker talking shit about me.
So she came out there for Captain. Like I didn't watch Captain before. Randomly when I started, Lala came on, but she went there to be like, "Oh, I like IRL Street. I want to see what's about." Like she knew the whole fucking deal. Like she knew.
Well, I don't think you know until you know.
No,
you don't know how you'll react
until you get it. Yeah. But she knows, like, okay, there's a speaker. But yeah, the whole year is just, I don't know. The downfall has been crazy.
See, this is the reason I wouldn't go on an RV because I don't have the mental fortitude to not lose my fucking shit and throw that speaker a mile away. Like I have thick skin. I have thick skin, but auditory, like if there's too much noise going around, my brain shuts down. That would be the end to me. I wouldn't be able to fucking handle the chaos. I know that, so I'm not putting myself in that position. She doesn't know that. She's still putting herself in a position knowing that it's going to go bad.
But I think
it's like normally I have to like poop at least once a day. I cannot do that on
hopefully
RV with these people.
What were you going to say, Leaf?
So I think if you're at a good if Elisa can help Lala get at a good place in her life where she's not living in a car, I think then she will be able to take the TTS and handle it well. So you see, the entire time we've known Lala, she's been in a horrible position in her life. First, it was an RV. Then she's living in a car. Then she's with that Nas guy, who, according to her, abused her.
Well, Sonny before there too. She was living with Sonny for a few months in that.
Yeah. So if she goes to Florida and Elisa's going to treat her really well. Like, yes, she will be content for the stream, but Elisa's going to be very nice to her. She's going to help her as much as she can. And if Lala could just uplift herself and get her life in a good situation, I really do think TTS will stop bothering her as much as it does.
Leaf, I love you. You're a nice guy. She is beyond hope, my friend. I don't see anything good going with that.
She has to try, though. I mean, if she tries, I guess for that. Even if she fails, whatever. But I want her to try.
Listen, I love Leaf too, and he's always positive, and he always has, I'm looking at the history of things.
Yeah, exactly.
If I expect something different out of Lala, then shame on me for expecting that. And she's shown how her natural state is over and over again. She threatened to kill me and Eric for nothing. So that shows that she can be completely unhinged. And unless she's done a ton of personal work on herself, which I don't think she's done. I mean, reading the Bible in your car isn't necessarily personal work.
That's not good. Yeah,
I disagree there. That she is showing effort. She's trying to become a better person. Like whether it's working or not is another story. But
that's the point. I think that I'll give her credit for that. You're right. She is working on herself. She's trying to work on herself. Has that been successful? I would say no, because she's still freaking out calling Elisa a witch. She's still saying extremely racist things in her comments.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's
Calling in
because
as a
she's
man.
still in a bad situation in her life. Like her life hasn't improved. So
But-
yeah, she's still going to be miserable and lash out sometimes. But if
Can
her
I-
life improves, maybe her attitude will improve.
Can I ask Weezy and Leaf something? Do you think she's unmedicated?
I couldn't guess. I have no idea.
Yeah, I would. No.
I mean, because
Who
she
the-
seems like she has like some mental disorders.
Well, the only reason I
Oh,
feel
definitely.
comfortable, the
She's
only reason I
mentally
feel
fucked.
comfortable talking about her mental issues is because she's been very open about her mental issues. So there's
Okay.
no way I could diagnose her, but she said that, that she's bipolar and that she has other problems, and it's very evident that that's happening. And I hope, listen, do I hope that Lala goes over there and her and Elisa become like extremely polarizing? Nobody gets to Lala. She has thick skin and it's sustainable. Yes, that's what I hope. Do I expect that? Not even a little bit. I don't think she makes it a week. I would say that she doesn't make it 3 days.
But even if it's just
Yeah.
3 days, like I'm gonna be happy for those 3 days. Like
Yeah,
it'll be
I
worth
agree.
it for that.
We know that. Yeah, that'll be entertaining for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, even if she goes and does start doing stuff with Rob, that's going to entertain us too. And Elisa's going to get a lot of content out of that. She's going to find a way to, involve herself.
Lala
I
I'm so
got
can
to
stay in
say,
excited about
though-
Todd's
this tan
apartment.
mom thing though. Sorry, Weezy.
Oh, I was just reading this. Lala can stay in Todd's apartment complex. Leaf, I have to ask you because we were talking about earlier. We never really got to it. What do you think about Todd?
Oh, I think he's a very nice guy. I see both sides of the coin though. I see his positives, but I also see his negatives. And
Yeah.
I do think there's been a shift, and that drugs are the reason why there's been a shift in his behavior.
Drugs being weed, you think?
More than weed.
Okay, and will you talk about his negative aspects?
Just he comes across as a zombie sometimes, like he's not fully there, and he doesn't offer like any content for Elisa basically, and that's the main thing she wants out of an assistant is not to for help, but to be content.
I disagree.
I think that Elisa does want content, but what she also wants is somebody right beside her at all times doing things that she wants besides content. And Todd has been there where everyone else failed, from what's her name, Judy, to you name the people that she tried to. Elaine was the first. When Elisa has had a sidekick in the past, they crumble under the pressure. Todd hasn't crumbled under the pressure. Maybe it's because of whatever he's doing, but
I think if Elisa was paying Judy what she's paying Todd, Judy would have stuck with it a little longer.
was she capable? It's all about was she capable of doing that?
She
For
could.
money, yes. I think for money, even Lala, like if there's money involved, they're gonna be happy.
Judy was the lady with the dog.
Welcome,
right?
Spartan. Yeah, she had the dog.
Whoa,
Which
Spartan's in here?
Elisa and let's give a shout out.
Live with the dog in the car.
Let's give a shout out to Peter Laska, who is the reason that Todd is involved here. They knew each other in real life, and Todd, within 2 days, flew out after having a conversation with Elisa. I give him so much credit for that. Completely uprooting your life, going into an unknown situation, fucking shaving your long hair. That hair took years to grow.
Oh, dude.
He's a trooper in my opinion. Like I can't
Fucking
give him
trooper.
enough credit.
I think
Real
he's
quick, Weezy.
fantastic, Weezy.
I got a
really
question.
do. I think Todd is just great. But go ahead.
Thanks for all the donos, Summer. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, I just got a question, Weezy. Because I like Peter in Discord and everything. So did Peter, like, how did this originate when he was just like, hey, I have a guy that would fly out to you that would do this kind of thing? Or like, how did that
I don't
initially
know the
start?
actual origin of it. I just know that they were friends in real life at some point, and that Todd was watching. And I think how it went was Peter told Elisa that he has a friend that would be interested in doing IRL with her. I think that's how it happened.
Now,
So then Todd on his own admission flew out there with his money, I'm guessing, or
Yeah. Todd just booked a flight out there one way and said, "Let's give it a shot." Which it's a lot more than anybody else has done so
Oh
far.
no, shit! I didn't really like Todd at first because I kind of thought like with the praying thing and the praying thing constantly, I'm like, whatever. But after a couple days, he's kind of grown on me. because every time I see him just randomly come out in the back and dancing, I just smile.
Let me say
Like,
something
there's
real
Todd
quick.
again.
Brandon, that's not allowed in here. Nothing like that's allowed in here. I'm not going to block you. I'm going to put you in timeout. None of that talk is allowed in here at all.
What did
That's
he do? I
disgusting.
missed
I'm not
that.
even going to. I'm not even going to.
Oh, it's all good.
But yeah,
Fuck
you
Brandon.
don't talk like that in here. I want to give everybody a voice, but that's just disgusting.
Weezy, can I address J Prime?
Yes.
In response to what he just said. So I read in the Discord a few days ago, or
Thanks,
maybe
Summer.
it was on one of Elisa's streams. Todd said he used to be, him and Peter Laska were friends, but they were roommates for a certain amount of time.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
they've known each other since they were teenagers.
Yeah.
And I think the way this all happened was Peter mentioned to Todd that he knew somebody from the Howard Stern show. And then
that makes
that's how it
sense.
started.
Yeah,
now,
Todd,
Amanda has a good statement here. I want to know what Leaf thinks about that.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
Right.
Wait, let me read.
And I would love to know what
But I mean,
Elisa thinks about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting paid $100
I
every day.
agree,
That's
Amanda.
almost $3,000 a month to do this. So,
Weezy, do you think Amanda is relentless? Maybe that's relentless.
Pixel, I think that he didn't say that. Like, I didn't see Summer say anything about that at all. I would have done the same for Summer. Like, I don't like it when people talk about that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous.
Oh, did
he assumes a lot of shit.
Wait, now I just connected the dots. Did Summer Page ban Pixel from?
No.
Discord?
We're talking about people that are typing in the chat, and I didn't see Summer type anything bad in the chat. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't Pixel. I didn't see that. I would have said the same thing to Todd, or to Summer. Please, nobody talk about that stuff, Pixel. Like, it's gross.
Oh, I'm
This
sorry.
isn't
I
the
don't
place.
know. Yeah, I'm sorry, Weezy. I don't know.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I was just reading the comments you're bringing up.
Right.
And Pixel left the Discord yesterday, and no one could figure out why. And I wondered if he was kicked.
No, he wasn't kicked. He left on his own accord. I hope that Pixel one day comes back. I like Pixel. I know some people don't like Pixel. I've always liked him. He's always been fair to me. He's been strict with me and talked shit to me, which was justified. And I've always,
great,
I've always respected him. He has an announcement to make. He's not kicked and he won't be back. I like him. I will keep in contact with him. I do like him. I took a break from Discord for a long time. It was good for me. So sometimes it can just be a little too much. But that's his story to tell, not mine. So but I want to kind of go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say. Go ahead.
I'll miss you, Pixel. I'll miss you. You were like I looked at him as like a big brother in in the Discord there. You know, I'm one of 5 brothers, so.
I know he says he won't be back, but I hope that changes. But I'll keep in contact with him.
And he's still here, so.
Yeah, he's here, and that's great. I do want to wrap it up, but I wanted to make sure that we kind of covered everything that we wanted to cover, or if you guys had anything else that you wanted to say.
Well, tomorrow will be very exciting because Elisa is going to be meeting Tamon and streaming with her tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
That's going to start tomorrow around 4 p.m. I think.
Oh, so it's a later stream. So 4 p.m. on their time, so that's like 1 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I've never been so pumped before. Like I just cannot wait for this.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I saw that that she's actually filming the last episode of her and Adam Barta's show. So is Elisa going to be in the audience for that, or is it going to be separate?
I'm not sure. I just know that she's going to interview Tamon. Like, they have media passes. So
that's so great.
So they have all access. Adam's being great about it. Adam Barta. So thank you.
He's wonderful. I love Adam Barta.
Yeah.
He's really great.
Weezy, you got him on Kermit and Friends, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was a Weezy booking. Sure was.
It was one of my only bookings.
And then Gio booked Tanma.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
And Gio's missing right now. I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, I love Gio.
Oh my God. Gio's been messaging me shit lately. He started emailing the Stern Show again.
Okay, well, I appreciate you guys coming up. And Leaf, I appreciate you very much for doing this show, because I haven't done a show in quite a while, and I was kind of waiting for you to hit me up about it, but I wasn't going to ask you to. So I'm glad that you did.
Yeah, well, tonight was perfect night. And, thank you, Kleenex, for coming up. You made the show very entertaining.
Thank you, Kleenex. Thanks to Woofy and J Prime. Thank you guys all for watching, and thank you, Summer, for donating. Very nice of you. I really appreciate it.
You, Summer.
Maybe we'll do it more often again. I think that
I love doing this.
Yeah, and I think that the IRL stuff, it's so much to consume that I can't watch the entire show a lot of the time. So having Leaf up here is like super important, because I know he catches a lot more of it than I do. So thanks again to everybody. And maybe we'll do this again. Of course,
we'll do it again soon.
You're welcome anytime you want to. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, good night, guys.